Republican members of the Electoral College, this message is for you.
So then why the fuck would you post it on YouTube?
As you know, our founding fathers built the Electoral College to safeguard the American people from the dangers of a demagogue and to ensure that the presidency only goes to someone who is to an eminent degree endowed with the requisite qualifications.
An eminent degree. Someone who is highly qualified for the job.
Oh man, I guess that's what just gets me about that scene. It's just when the lady has to reinstate the words eminent degree and then a sad piano starts playing. Oh, that just gets me every single time I watch this video. It's so funny. But going back to Martin Sheen real quick. When the Electoral College was made back in the 1700s, you got to understand that the everyday common man, formal education didn't exist. So the everyday common man that was a farmer for the most part, or a slave owner, or some other kind of like low-end job, had a very, very low IQ. He wasn't very intelligent. So the government decided at the time was to make sure that the retards, or the people with low IQs, I don't want to get censored for hate speech, but people with low IQs didn't somehow end up running the country. So they made sure that the Electoral College existed so that people with above average IQs, which somewhat of an education, could actually lead the people, as opposed to the people who were completely uneducated at the time and had no idea how to run a country.
The Electoral College was created specifically to prevent an unfit candidate from becoming president.
There are 538 members of the Electoral College. You
and just 36 other conscientious Republican electors could make a difference.
By voting your conscience on December 19th.
And thereby shaping the future of our nation.
I'm not asking you to vote for Hillary Clinton.
I'm not asking you to vote for Hillary Clinton.
I'm not asking you to vote for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, you are. Don't you fucking lie. That's like the most blatant thing you could try to do to have somebody not do something or try to do something that you want them to do. When you say 3 times in a row, I don't want you to vote for Hillary Clinton. Obviously you fucking do. And I'll even prove it. You go on CNN's website, the Clinton News Network, and you go look up the electoral votes outcome. And if you go online, you will see literally that on the website, on any of the websites that covered the actual election results, Donald Trump had 306 electoral votes. Hillary Clinton had 232. And just like in this video, they wanted 37 delegates to not vote for Donald Trump and to vote for somebody else. Of course, not Hillary Clinton, but maybe Gary Johnson or Jill Stein, right? Well, no. If you broke down the 37 votes they needed, if any of those votes do not go to just Hillary Clinton alone, say maybe if 1 or 2 of those go to Gary Johnson or Jill Stein, Donald Trump still wins the election. He's going to have more electoral votes regardless, as long as 37 do not vote the other side against him with Clinton. Now, if the 37 does decide to go all Hillary Clinton and they don't go Jill Stein or Gary Johnson, then both candidates will be tied at a 269 lock. And if that pretty much happens, then you'd have to go to the House of Representatives to do a recount with the vote.
As you know, the Constitution gives electors the right to vote for any eligible person.
Any eligible person, no matter which party they belong to.
But it should certainly be someone you consider especially competent.
Especially competent to serve.
Those lip procedures and those Botox procedures you got, honey, were definitely especially competent.
What is evident is that Donald Trump lacks more than the qualifications to be president.
He lacks the necessary stability.
And clearly the respect for the Constitution of our great nation.
But is he though? Like really? Like Donald Trump hasn't even stepped into office yet, and he's been president for only a month, and the guy's already saved thousands of jobs for this country. Does he really, really lack the qualifications to be president? Is he a complete moron? Yes, some people would say yes, and some people would say no, and it's all opinion based. In my honest opinion, I think the guy's actually pretty goddamn intelligent. I mean, if you look at his track record, you know, Yes, he had to borrow $1 million from his father, but he was a successful entrepreneur who turned $1 million of wealth into a multi-billion dollars worth of wealth. No Americans, very few Americans can actually accomplish this goal, and yet he was able to do it. He was competent enough to generate that kind of income. So yeah, I do think the guy is pretty fucking successful, and unfortunately, if you want to be successful, you have to have some degree of intelligence. And I do think the guy, in some way, shape, and form, does have a good degree of IQ behind him, so he knows what he's doing. He's not dumb. That's why he won the goddamn election in the first place and was able to sweep it out from the rug underneath the left liberals that control the media, that control YouTube websites like this, that promote cancerous fucking content like this and post it on their fucking websites. You know the only reason why this content exists? You know the only fucking reason why YouTube has this shit on the trending page right now is because Unite for America, this channel that has one fucking video that literally was created literally the day before the video got posted online, and is the only video on this website, is because the Unite for America paid YouTube and Google under the fucking table to be posted on the trendings page to get fucking more views on the internet. And that pisses me off, because YouTube comes across as this free opportunity website where anybody can make a channel grow and make money and get people to watch them. And yeah, you can to a degree, but if you promote content or you create content that is opposite of the left liberal viewpoint, or isn't paying YouTube or Google directly to have your fucking content directly uploaded to their trending page, it is a lot fucking harder to get any traction on this website. It is a pain in the ass to try to fucking get people to watch your stuff, and you can spend hours and hours and hours making the best piece of content on there, but when it gets 30 views, it's pretty fucking unmotivating. But when, of course, you look at YouTube's trending page and you have AIDS fucking like this in this video being posted to the trending page because they paid Google more money, it's bullshit. And YouTube as itself, being this liberal left-wing propaganda machine that it's becoming right now in the aftermath of the election, is going to be its own demise. And I really hope some other third-party website comes out, other than fucking YouTube, which holds kind of a monopoly in the video space, comes out and gets created. Because this is bullshit. And YouTube as itself, already being an offspring of a liberal company of Google, it's showcasing its agenda and its bullshit, and I really hope I don't care what your mindset is, I hope people can see through the programming that this is trying to incite, because what this video is actually doing, it's not aimed for the electors. I mean, they should have just sent it to the electors as opposed to paying Google hundreds of thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars to get this video promoted on the trendings page for a day. But what they need to do is not try to send this video to the electors themselves. What they're trying to do is they're trying to incite the morons, the idiots, the people with low IQs that are out rioting in the streets in the aftermath of when Donald Trump became president. They are trying to re-incite more fucking violence in the streets and more people to go out and protest and loot and just be a fucking nuisance on society about a choice that the majority of Americans made in what we call a democracy. And if we go back on this vote, and if we decide to take away that from Donald Trump, which he rightfully earned against all odds in his favor, actually still won, and that he deserves his rightful chance and opportunity like every other American would if they won this election, we should give it to him. But if we as a society decide to take that away from him and decide to go back on what we call a democracy, then we aren't a democracy anymore. We might as well just be called a bureaucratic bullshit where we only care about feelings and we don't take facts and logic and opinions out of this order.